Separation. Stereo separation.
Maybe?
Instrument separation.
Maybe like imaging and holography, holographics. I think a lot of those start to kind of run together, They start to kind of mean the same thing depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah, it could also be that stuff sounds defined. So if it's not muffled because, it could be a time-related thing.
Right. It could be.
Right.
Like
Stuff
focus.
not overlaying over each other.
Yeah. Well, we talked about imaging, but focus as well, because you can have images, but how precise are those images in the soundstage? Are those images diffuse in their own little ball, which, okay, or are they very, very precise? Can you hear that little pin drop right there? Or does that pin drop sound like it's this wide?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
And hopefully you don't have your speakers backwards, because then it would be in the wrong place.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What does this mean?
I've done that before.
What is it when it's dark? We said bright, dark is...
So there's cold and there's warm. And I think dark is maybe cold. And I have no idea what dark is supposed to mean.
Cold, dark. Oh, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know what dark is supposed to mean.
How about effortless? This is a good one.
For me, if I read that, I would think more along the veins of sensitivity, didn't take a lot of power for it to provide this output or even dynamics, but I don't know what it would mean to other people. And that's another example of why effortless, these words are subjective. They are what they are.
It's interesting because effortless and sensitivity and dynamics, they all kind of relate, and also maybe lack of distortion also.
Yeah.
Like it does it with ease, right?
Right.
There's no problem. Like, all right. How about this one? Coloration.
I would think that would be the opposite of neutral. Like it has a high frequency tilt, or there's some resonances in it. Things that are off nominal. Maybe.
Got it. All right. Muddy.
Muddy would be talking about the bass stuff again. Generally speaking, muddy tends to be in that bass area, mid bass, sub bass area. Sounds resonant, boomy.
Sounds like mud.
Yeah, you can't really pick out the defined bass, the mid bass notes, of a guitar. If there's 120 and 150, it may sound like it's 140 and 170 or something. Just it doesn't sound right.
It just sounds like sounds coming out, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah, right.
Boxy.
Maybe like boxy like this.
Yeah, maybe resonance. Do you think this has to do with resonance?
It could be. I'm thinking maybe like the 500 to 600 hertz region also. Kind of giving like a just kind of not a nasally sound, but just that boxed in kind of sound, like a boost in that area.
Well, this is kind of related. Shouty. I've heard this related to horns sometimes.
Yeah. So shouty is another one. When I hear the term, I think of, the upper mid-range to lower treble region, something that comes at you and it's not good. I think that's a negative characteristic.
You're right. This one's referring to a speaker that punches above its weight, or a device that, it punches above its weight. To me, that means that it just outclasses stuff in the similar price range.
I would agree. Yeah.
Okay, this one's a pet peeve here. You see this used a lot in headlines. God. This is the best.
That's clickbait, is what that is, man. And then they always throw a question mark after it so they can get out of being clickbaity. Like, oh God, come on. And here's the thing. As an audiophile, most of us know that as you test and play with more and more speakers, you never really want to regress. So every time you get something new, it's supposed to be better. So you're thinking, oh, this is the best thing I've heard. Well, it's only the best thing you've heard until you've heard the next thing that's better. And that's one reason why I wish people would stop using the term best,
Until we get a speaker that performs perfect, there's nobody can use that.
And everybody unanimously agrees. DSP.
DSP. What's DSP?
Digital signal processor. So it's basically just an electronic way to manipulate the sound signature of a speaker system. You can crossovers are part of DSPs, time alignments, level matching, phase alignments, equalization, all those things kind of go into a DSP.
All right. When something sounds balanced, what does that mean to you?
I think neutral. That's what I think of, just a neutral response.
Balanced sound. You know what? I've actually heard stuff that maybe wouldn't be considered flat, but the bass and the treble are both, let's say, equally boosted. Yeah. And to the point where you're like, it doesn't sound terrible because at least it's balanced.
Right. Yeah. Could be worse.
Reflections.
Reflections. So a reflection is like if you were standing in the middle of your room and you throw a tennis ball at the wall at a 45-degree angle, it would bounce off that wall at a 45-degree angle and go somewhere else. Uh, Same thing happens with sound waves. They hit things and they bounce off of them and reflect around.
All right. How about this? Let's get all these together. Woofer, subwoofer, mid-range tweeter.
Oh, okay. Woofer 80 hertz to 300 hertz. Subwoofer below 80 hertz. Mid-range 300 to 2 kilohertz or 4 kilohertz, depending on where you're at. And then tweeter 2 to 4K plus.
You must be a car audio guy because you're the only person who could define it and with that much precision.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Been doing this a while.
AVR.
I don't
Audio
know, man.
video receiver.
Angry video game nerd.
There you go. So
That guy's awesome.
audio video receiver is typically
Yes.
what you see when you're buying. It's integrated. I guess you'd say like an integrated amplifier that has ability to input your HDMI and video sources as
all
well.
All sorts, man. You get phono and DVD, everything, man. They pack it
as
in.
As opposed to separates, right? So separates would be if you have a preamp.
Right.
Or what they call a pre-pro, which is a preamp and processor, right? So preamp means that whatever it's doing, the DAC and all that, is a separate box altogether. There's no amplifier there, right? Same thing here, where you have a preamplifier and the processor that decodes, your Dolby Atmos, but it doesn't do any amplification. It sends that to a power amplifier.
Right.
So that's when you start getting advanced. You start separating things out.
Right.
All right. So, wattage.
Wattage, that's just power going to a speaker. Easiest way to put it.
Real RMS and peak, two different things.
Yeah, two totally different things. Yep.
dB.
It's just a decibel, so that's characterization of defining. It's a unit of sound, basically.
I think we talked about this a little bit, but sensitivity and efficiency go together, right?
Yeah, so they're not the exact same thing, but they basically go together. And I just kind of view them in the same vein because I don't ever get into efficiency. Efficiency would be drive units. I've never seen a speaker ranked as, talking about in terms of efficiency. However, you've got amplifiers. You can talk about amplifiers being efficient. Basically, the power that they draw in versus the power that they're able to put out, there's always a loss, So if I take 1 watt coming in off the wall outlet and I'm able to produce, I don't know, half a watt, then I'm only, 50% efficient, something like that.
The rest gets
Lost
exchanged
somewhere.
to heat
Yeah,
most of the time, right?
I think it goes to the aliens. Yeah.
All right, so how about this one? Hoffman's iron law.
Yes.
You know about this one? I love this. I love this law here.
Yeah, you can only have 2, right? You can't have all 3.
You got to pick one of the 2. So basically it says you can have, let's say for a subwoofer, you can have one that is has a high sensitivity or efficiency. I'll just use that term for right now. Meaning you don't need a ton of power to drive it.
Right.
Or you could have a small subwoofer, right? Real tiny. I've been seeing some smaller subwoofers lately, like that one from Kef. And then extension, meaning it can go really deep. You can play really deep bass notes. You can pick 2 of those, but you can't pick all 3. There's no way you can have all of them.
Yep, and that's true, man. Now, I mean, there's a lot of people that are pushing the envelope, but you're always giving up something.
Right. I mean, they make up for it, I think, a lot of times because now power is cheap. So they make up for the sensitivity with just throw all kinds of power in there.
Pure power. And as long as they can handle the heat and without compressing, then it's okay.
Start water cooling those things now or what?
Yeah, probably so.